This is Giselle Wertheim Ames, and today we are doing lessons in longevity with Gary Player. I know you're still extremely fit and healthy, and that's why we're going to speak to you today, because we talk about longevity. And there are very few men or women your age who are as fit and healthy. In fact, you played golf for how many hours yesterday? 8.
8 hours.
And everyone else is probably
And looked after
still
100
recovering
people.
today. 100 people playing golf for 8 hours. How do you achieve that? I mean, how does that happen that you can still play golf for 8 hours at your age?
I've been in the gym for 80 years. 80 years.
80 years in the gym. Now,
80 years in the gym.
how did you get that in your mind to do that 80 years ago? You were 8 years old then.
Well, I was small. And I knew I wanted to be a professional athlete. And my brother said to me, "You'll never do it being so small and so weak." And so that planted the seed. And so I've exercised.
So when you were 8, you were already thinking, I'm going to be a world-class athlete. And in order to do that, I need to go to gym and train so I can be strong.
One of the things.
Really?
So it takes a lot of things. I do at least 10 things every day of my life to live a long time. Every day of my life, I do 10 things.
Let's talk about what are those 10 things.
Well, I read, I exercise, I do a lot of meditation.
Is it very specific exercise? Because if you're going to gym, you're doing strength training.
Oh, yes.
So you're pushing your muscles very hard.
Weights, even at my age, are on the treadmill at max. I still push 350 pounds. I do hundreds of sit-ups, I do push-ups, I do everything from my neck down to my toes. I exercise everything. You've got to laugh a lot. A laugh it's a youthful cell that goes through your body. Ice baths. I take an ice bath.
I know
every
you
day
were
of my
talking about that earlier on, so I was very intrigued to hear that you have been doing it for over 70 years.
Well, I had a Japanese friend, and he said, we in Japan, we have ice baths, and it takes away inflation, makes you feel strong.
Inflation,
And
yeah.
today I have an ice bath at my house here. I have an ice bath in my house in America, and I get in the ice bath every day. I'm here sometimes twice a day.
And for how long do you do that?
Well, I can do it for 2 minutes,
Okay.
but it's very cold. But I go right under, and I tell you, it's like a miracle. Then we have a sauna, so I get in a sauna maybe once a week. You should do twice a week. Sleep, I sleep 9 hours a night.
I know, now that is phenomenal. I mean, you were telling me about that.
At least 9 hours.
extraordinary.
And then I'll get in a car.
And that's even on an empty stomach, which is very interesting.
Yes.
Because again, a lot of people believe that you have to have had a meal to be able to go to sleep.
Yeah, that's right. The conclusion we come to, with all our theories and desires and tastes, you've got to undereat. If you want to live a long time, the single most important thing, I enjoy nature. I love birds. My life is so full, and nature is a very big thing in my life. Because from a beautiful tree. Yesterday I was walking in Cape Town, and there was this old, rugged, old tree that was bent over. I touched that tree and I said, "Thank you." Now, who the hell would ever do that?
No, but the Japanese, there's a therapy using trees. There's forest bathing. The English term is forest bathing for Japanese therapy. And it's known to actually help calm people and quieten anxiety and make people feel healthy. So you are right.
Look at depression, you see. So there are 10 things that I practice every single day. Prayer. I walk out of my hotel room this morning. I just say thank you. Why? Because I had white sheets. I had a bed. I had food last night. Well, I do usually have food of some kind. And I had a shower. And I had a bath. And so we take everything for granted. So I say thank you. And I sit here and I see that ocean. I say thank you. Of all these things that I do are coming out what I do every day. I love country music. I love opera. I love all kinds of. But country music has got a message. There's so many great country songs. And before I go to bed, I always just take my phone and put them on for 20 minutes. It's the most wonderful thing. How many people, when there's fresh air, go, every night before I go to bed, I stand up there. Before I go to bed, I go, for a minute. And I train myself to do that, yeah. You
are like Wim Hof. You are using your breath. Yeah, and that's another tool.
So I'm dealing with trees, I'm dealing with plants, I'm dealing with grasses, and if it doesn't get oxygen, it doesn't grow well.
Yeah.
So nothing can grow without oxygen, and yet that helps sustains our brain. The blood keeps the blood clean,
So that is your other tip, that you have to get out in nature and you have to breathe fresh air and you have to learn how to breathe. I think that's the other thing. Yeah.
All these different things, which it don't take a lot of effort, funny enough.
And they're free.
And they're free. Oh, yes.
Because that was the last thing I was going to
love
ask
that.
you. I mean, you are privileged. That's the reality. You've earned your privilege, but you are privileged. So probably in closing off, what the message would be to anyone, do you need money to be healthy? Do you think you need money to have longevity?
No. You don't have to have money to breathe. You don't have money to exercise. You don't need money to sleep well. You don't have to go and buy a lot of food. Most of the food they buy is junk. Just buy quality food. I don't think you have to have money to really be healthy. You can run, you can walk. Walking is one of the best exercises in the world. So I don't think money is the answer for health.
Thank you, Gary.